John here from Wild Scooter Parts. I'm going to show you how to change the rear wheel on this Razor E300. This is a version 36. Version 36 and up use a tensioner on the chain and use a different rear wheel than prior to version 36. They've actually made it very simple at this point to change the rear wheel. All you need is a few tools, which I'm going to show you here. You need 4 tools. Phillips head screwdriver, 17mm socket wrench, 8mm socket wrench, and an 8mm wrench. First thing we're going to do, we're going to come in and look at this. We're going to remove the screws on this chain guard here. There's 3 screws, and we're going to take those off. That will remove the plastic chain guard. They'll come off real easy. That's no big deal. And that's the chain guard off. So now we can see the chain of the screw. Now the best way to do that, the rest of the process, is actually to make the machine upside down. So what I'm going to do is fold down handlebars. And I'm just going to lay the machine upside down on an angle like this. And if you want to come in here and look in this way, so you can see. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this 8mm bolt right here. It's got a nut behind it, which is why you need a wrench also. You know, 2 wrenches would do, just whatever you got. I'm using a socket and a ratchet, makes it easy. Now, there's a nut and a washer on there, so when you get it in your hand, try to stop and get it off with your hand. Otherwise, it's going to fall. You know, make sure you don't lose it. And there it is. There's the nut. And there's the bolt. So you got 2 washers in there. Once that's off, you're almost done. Now it's time to remove the axle. Okay? Axle, you need a 17mm socket. You might need one for the other side. Hold the other side. Usually the lock washer holds it. You don't need that. Once that gets started, the whole thing comes loose. Just have to loosen it up, take the way off. And there you go. Your rear wheel is off. You can just unhook the chain. Unhook the chain from the sprocket. And I'm not going to do it, but maybe I will do it for you. It's 1 bolt, but if you just get a 10mm, remove the brake cable. If you are replacing the brakes, if you're not, if you're using the same brake, you could just slip the brake off. And that's it. Put it back together. It's basically the same process in reverse. You want to come in here and show them the chain tensioner? When you put the rear wheel back on, the chain tensioner is right there. You'll see that's how it keeps tension on the chain. You want it to look like this, then you want to slip it around the sprocket, like that. Okay. And just slip your wheel on. A little tricky. Because you got to get 1 washer on the inside and the other washer on the outside. So what I'm going to do is just hold them with my hand there. Can you focus that camera down here on the bottom? Yeah. Do you see that washer right there? That's got to go on the inside. Okay? That spacer and that washer. And the regular flat washer goes on the outside. So we'll do that. Meanwhile, on the other side, up here, same process. 1 washer on the inside, the other's on the outside. And we're on. Tighten these up. You don't want to make them too tight yet. And same thing, we'll put that bolt back in for the brake. And notice when this bolt goes on, take a look down here. When this bolt goes on, it goes through the brake and through this little silver bracket. It's got to go through both. Okay. So we're going to get that bolt through there. And it fits just right. It's just a little tricky to get in. There we go. And then we put a nut and a washer on there. It's a tight spot to get into with your hands. You'll probably drop it 2 or 3 times before you get it. Sometimes it helps to flip the scooter on the other side to get that bolt through. But that's basically it. Once that bolt is on, you tighten up the wheel, and you're good to go. It's a very simple process to replace the rear wheel of an E300 36 Plus.